Hello everyone and welcome to week 4 of the TBL. Your New York Empoleons are struggling right now in the TBL a little bit. We are 0-3 right now, but we have to right the ship, and we have a chance to do so against the Wisconsin Whimsicott, coached by Alex Cool Rocket. If you do not watch his content, I encourage you. Link is always in the description below for my opponent. I will always have that for you guys. I encourage you to check it out. He is a great battler. He's been a long-time viewer of the stream, so shoutouts to Alex. But anyway, his team: Victini, Garchomp, Alakazam, Milotic, Aerodactyl, Umbreon, Blaziken, Alolan Raichu, Barbaracle, Togedemaru, and Mega Abomasnow. We have our work cut out for us against this team. He's got great speed tiers, he's got great type variety, a lot of interesting Pokemon on that team. Now, we are going to start off with New York, the Empoleon coming back, Toxic, Protect, Scald, Ice Beam. This thing is going to be ton of defensive investment with a bold nature and a max HP and then some special attack in order to make sure that it OHKOs Garchomp with Ice Beam. That's really what that attack is for. Scald is just a good move to click on a lot of his team. Victini, Aerodactyl, Blaziken, Barbaracle, Togedemaru. They all don't appreciate a Scald from a Empoleon, and then Umbreon being synchronized Toxic can get through that. He's got very little immune to Toxic except for that Togedemaru. And then maybe the Alakazam obviously, but New York, the Empoleon, has a good chance of coming in and doing work. Now, the Shuka Berry helps me survive the Garchomp's Earthquake, Aerodactyl's Earthquake, Barbaracle's Earthquake. So we've got options on survivability, and that will allow me to take any of those hits. I don't expect to be into Torrent range, but I really didn't need Defiant this week, so we're just going to run that instead. We do not have Defog on this as well, so that is worth noting. But next up, we have Scolipede making his New York Empoleon debut. Speed Racer holding the Expert Belt, Earthquake, Aquatail, Protect, and Megahorn. Really? Well, thanks Java Updater for putting a notification in my video. Speed Racer, the Scolipede, is going to be holding the Expert Belt, Earthquake, Aquatail, Protect, and Megahorn. 12 HP, 252 attack, and 244 speed with a plus speed nature. Allows to outspeed everything on his team. Except for the Aerodactyl, obviously, but it does allow it to outspeed the Alolan Raichu, which was a problem. So I did have to put a ton of speed in a Jolly Nature, which is unfortunate I couldn't go Adamant this week, even though I'm running Protect with a speed boost, which would allow me to outspeed things. I was a little bit worried about him running a Choice Scarfed something or other, be it Alakazam or Garchomp, and I definitely want to make sure I outspeed the Garchomp after the Protect, even if it's Scarfed. Now, Aquatail doesn't kill a Garchomp. That is something I have to worry about. Garchomp is a huge problem in my team. A Scarfed Garchomp really does a number to my team, and I have to be very, very conscious of that. But Scolipede can come in mid-game and just set up and sweep. One Protect, and then Megahorn, Earthquake, and Aquatail can just handle a vast majority of his team. There's a couple Pokemon on there, like the Garchomp. Victini doesn't die in one hit to anything. Milotic's going to not die in one hit to anything, so I do have to watch out for a few Pokemon in there, but we do have a chance to really put in some pressure and put in some work with this Scolipede. Next up, we have our Claydoll Dreidel with the Rocky Helmet, Levitate, Earth Power, Light Screen, Rapid Spin, and Stealth Rock. Now we're running max defense, bold nature, and Light Screen in order to buff up our special defense. I wanted to run Light Clay, but I decided I was going to run Rocky Helmet instead, just because a lot of his team is physical, including Barbaracle, Aerodactyl, Togedemaru, Mega Abomasnow, Garchomp, stuff like that. And so I really wanted to make sure that I was able to put that pressure on with the Rocky Helmet. Make it so he can't freely just use the Garchomp with whatever moves he has. Earth Power is my main attacking move. It means that Alakazam does wall my Claydoll hard, and I did notice that. Not Alakazam, Aerodactyl. But I also didn't care that much. Setting up Stealth Rocks and then getting out is really what this Claydoll is going to do. It's got the Light Screen just to, make it harder for special attackers to really break through my team. Next up, we have Cradilly. It's got the Leftovers, Storm Drain for its ability to be a Milotic counter. Its max special attack, Modest Nature. Yes, it's a weird Cradilly. Max HP, max special attack, a little bit of special defense. Recover, Toxic, Giga Drain, and Ancient Power. I went back and forth on running Hidden Power Ice on this Cradilly, but opted not to for the Toxic instead, because it really is supposed to be able to switch in on the Milotic. It's supposed to be able to switch in on the Umbreon and take hits forever. So Toxic Recover will help me do that, and I think that the combination of Giga Drain and Ancient Power really can help. If I can get that Ancient Power boost, that'd be huge. I can try to get it on the Blaziken or the Aerodactyl or the Victini. Admittedly, I could try to get it on the Abomasnow as well. And I think this Claydoll has a chance to put in some work. I have no idea how this is going to go for Claydoll, but it'll be a lot of fun. This week, I have a team put together that has a chance to do good things and has a chance to fall flat on its face, like all weeks, I think, for the TBL this season. Next up, we have Voltaire, Jolteon, the Flame Orb holding Quick Feet Jolteon. First time I'm going to be running that, probably ever. I usually run Volt Absorb just because it's better, but he does not have a electric type that I'm scared of in this case. Alolan Raichu and Togedemaru just don't threaten me that much. Togedemaru could be running Volt Absorb as well, so I do have to watch out for that on my Volt Switch, but Hidden Power Ice, Volt Switch, Heal Bell, and Shadow Ball. The Flame Orb, Quick Feet allows me to outspeed Scarf Chomp. That's about it. And this is level 100 just to show what the IVs needed to be when I was requesting it, but we'll bring it back down to 50 so you guys can see what stats we're running with this week. And we are going to be able to hit really, really hard on most of the Pokemon on his team. Shadow Ball was sort of just for the Victini. It was a debate between Shadow Ball and Signal Beam for the Umbreon and Mega Abomasnow, but I opted for the Shadow Ball instead just because Victini is more of a threat in my opinion than an Umbreon. Umbreon can Toxic my team, it can do some stuff, but that's why I have the Heal Bell on Jolteon so I can switch it in, get that Heal Bell once the Umbreon goes down and be able to really proceed to sweep, especially if I set something up like a Toxic on the Umbreon with the Claydoll, then Jolteon can counter the Umbreon's Heal Bell with its own. So there's a lot of questions about whether that's going to work, but I'm going to try it this week. And next and finally we have Entei, which is the event Entei, so I couldn't nickname it, holding the Choice Band, Extreme Speed, Sacred Fire, Stomping Tantrum, and Stone Edge. I went back and forth on Sacred Fire versus Flare Blitz, but I decided on Sacred Fire just because I wanted the burn. Little bit of HP, 36 HP max attack, Adamant Nature has to be Adamant because it's the event. 212 speed allows it to outspeed just about everything on his team, but specifically the Milotic. And it doesn't outspeed, obviously, the stuff that would outspeed it anyway, and it's conceding the speed to Victini because that I have to be the Adamant Nature anyway. Now, Stomping Tantrum, obviously a better move than Bulldoze was in generations past, so I can click that a little bit more freely. I do have to watch out for the Aerodactyl. But otherwise, Sacred Fire can Oko Abomasnow. Obviously, it's going to do a ton of damage to anything and risk the burn unless it's the Victini or the Blaziken. And Stone Edge can hit everything on his team super hard with the exception of Togedemaru and Garchomp. So, we have a lot of answers. I think this team has a chance to do well, but like I said every week, I'm just a little bit nervous with the TBL. I think my team has some inconsistencies and some flaws that I just have trouble really mitigating when I'm in the midst of battle because I have things that I want to check other things, but I don't have the safe switch-ins. So I might have to figure out how to make safe switch-ins happen in this battle. Anyway, I'm going to take it slower. I'm going to try to figure it out. That battle's coming out tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoy our battle against the Wisconsin Whimsicotts. We need to win at some point this season. It might as well be now. Anyway, I will see you all later. Take care, everybody.